Good morning and welcome to Wednesday morning with a Songbird Stamper. It's a bit unusual, me being live on a Wednesday, but we're in second lockdown, so life's got a bit quieter again. People are stuck at home again, so I thought I'd pop on and do an impromptu Facebook Live, although people did have some warning. I did say that I was going to be popping on. So I made a card last week before last, using a set that carried over from last year, the brightly gleaming stamp set, and with a punch bundle, and it's fabulous. And I thought I would make an ornament. Last year it was quite popular to make these, so you may have seen it around. I'm not doing anything new, but I'm making it my own way, and you'll see what I mean when we get to it. Good morning, Jill. How are you doing? All right. Nice to see you virtually. It's crazy old time again at the moment, and we've just got to make of it the best we can. So I've just put a message out on the chat group, but I'll say it here as well. I will be holding a 2-minute mark of respect at 11 o'clock. So if we're still going at 11 o'clock and I go silent, that will be why. I will announce it, obviously. Let me just see if I can find the video up. And good morning to everybody who's joining us on the replay, or good evening, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. I'll give everybody a few minutes to pop on. My head up here a little bit and see if I can find my own video. They are not easy to find. Good morning, everybody who's jumping on. Good morning, Kate. Nice to see you. I'm still having the old traditional problems of trying to find everything. Good morning, Anita. Nice to have you join us. Here we go. There it is. Just have to wait for it to pop up. I used to be able to go in and select the video, but I can't really seem to do that anymore. You may notice I'm all wrapped up cozy, although I'm not cozy, I'm freezing. It is cold in here again this morning, and it's getting worse as we get into winter. Right, so come on, there's my video. Bring me up and I'll be able to see all your comments. Right, I'll spin you around, I think, and we'll get going. Can you see that? So, those of you who know, I went to On Stage this weekend. Let me just tidy you up a little bit. You can see all the mess on my desk. Good morning, Mo. Good morning, Anita. Good morning, everybody. I went to On Stage this weekend and I came back with some ideas. It's a fabulous event for demonstrators. It's actually going to be at Farnborough next year, all being well and we can meet in person. So if you're not a demonstrator now and you would love to join us for a fabulous day, join up by November next year, and then you'll be able to come to On Stage. Well, join up before registration closes, because it was amazing, as always. One of the things that I came away from with the inspiration to do is something I've been thinking about for a while now. It's doing like a few different classes. When I was running in my in-person classes, I had a couple of different classes, and one of those had to stop because it just wasn't viable. The people who were coming to that class weren't on Facebook, so I couldn't really continue doing that one online. However, I love my colouring in. I absolutely love it. And I love working with Stampin' Blends. And so this is something that I've come out with that I thought might be of interest to a few people. I know a few people have said to me, I would love to learn how to colour in, but I don't really know where to get started. This class would be perfect for you. And realistically, you don't need an awful lot of stuff for this class. I'm gonna keep it quite focused on the colouring techniques and to show you how to step up cards. So we're going to start with basic cards, just basically stamping onto white card and putting a greeting on, that kind of thing. And then I'll show you how to step it up as well to create a little bit more fancy cards using what you've got at home. So it won't be me preparing kits and sending them out to you. It will be you using what you've got at home and learning how to incorporate your colouring into your card making. But for the price of the class, I mean, it's an outlay, don't get me wrong, it's not cheap, it's £160, but you are going to get 4 stamp sets, brand new from the catalogue. Good morning, Claire. Good morning, Jan. And good morning, Anne-Marie. Thank you so much for joining us. You're going to get 4 stamp sets from the upcoming catalogue. I've picked 4 that I really like, but to be honest, people can have whichever 4 they want, up to the value of £80, so £20 a stamp set. You get 16 of these stamping blends. So you may have seen me work with these before, you may not. You are going to see me work with them today. Hence my kind of telling you about the class. I thought it was just good timing. So you're going to get 16 stamping blends. They come in combo packs. So say this is Smoky Slate, you get a light and a dark. And if anybody does already kind of have a small collection, well, you get to choose the colours that you need or you want. I've chosen the ones that I think would work well with the stamp set that I've chosen, but you can choose whichever colours you would like. So you get 8 packs of stamping blends. You'll also get an additional pack of stamping blends for free and a colour lifter as well, in with the price of this. So £160, and you'll get all of that at the beginning. So I'm going to order it all in one go for you in January. So you'll get all of that product, and then over the course of the 5 months we'll have 4 classes on a Saturday morning, so one every 6 weeks. It just works in with my shifts because I'm a shift worker on a 6-week rolling cycle, hence my doing it on every 6 weeks. So you get 4 classes basically for free because the product comes to £160. So yeah, that's coming up in the new year. If you've got any questions, do give me a shout. Booking isn't actually open yet, but if you want to kind of take part, just let me know. I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to have you along with that, and I can show you lots of hints and tips. So I'll give you a taster of what that might involve this morning. So this is the card that I made, and like I say, the ornament that I'm going to make isn't new. I haven't designed it. I've just come up with my version of it, and it uses this stamp set from the catalogue. It's the Brightly Gleaming. This is the August to December mini catalogue, page 19. This is the Christmas Gleaming stamp set and the Gleaming Ornaments punch pack. Fabulous. I absolutely love it. So we've got these two that go really well together, and you actually at the moment you can get them as a bundle that includes all this paper as well for £59.25. So I'm going to show you what you can make with that. Oh, by the way, I've got this as well. The blends come in all these colours, and I do have Melon Mambo. I just haven't coloured it in yet, and Bumblebee doesn't exist. I thought it did, it didn't. So it comes in all these colours, so loads and loads of choice. Right, so what I'm going to do, I've already onto Whisper White card in Memento ink. Memento ink is the ink that you need to use when you're working with alcohol. And I'll go through all that in the course as well, of which inks to use and how to use it. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Highland Heather and Purple Posy, and I'm going to start working dark Highland Heather this is. Now everyone kind of does their colouring slightly differently, but this is just how I do mine, because I found this the best way for getting a really nice blend. So that's the dark going down first, then the light, but that one's kind of running out, but like any other crafter, I can't bear to get rid of it, even though it's actually running out. So I've got a new one, but I'll just put that one to the side and put it back in the box later, because that's what we do. That's light, that's my other light Highland Heather. There we go. So I'm just going to colour that, and I go right over the dark colour and blend those lines, and I'm going to come out a bit further and come down to the bottom and then come up the other side. And blend those in there. And then I'm going to go in with the dark Purple Posy. These colours just work so beautifully together. Although we haven't got much longer left with Purple Posy, which is sad. It was an in colour for 2019 to 2021. So that's going to be disappearing in June next year. I love these colours, Claire. You know these are my favourite colours. Absolutely love them. And then I'm going to go in with the light Purple Posy. Oh, light Purple Posy. Blend that into the white. And I'm leaving a little bit of white in the middle, because that's what's going to give us our look of reflection. And then with the colour lifter, if you just rub all over it, blends that colour into the white. There's lots of other things, that colour lifter, but that's how I'm using it here. So I'm going to go back in the dark. Now this ornament that I'm making needs 40 of these. So you might be pleased to hear I've already done a lot of those for us. That's what I spent my yesterday doing, so you don't have to sit there and watch me do all of this. So I'm just coming around this corner here and to the bottom, and then blending that out. With alcohol, if the quicker that you work, the easier it is to blend because it hasn't fully dried yet. I didn't realise that it was your favourite colour too, although I'm not surprised. It is the best colour around. So dark purple posy. Go on then, tell me what your favourite colour is, everybody. I would love to hear. Reds, greens, blues. And what colour are we all going for Christmas this year? I can't get my head into Christmas this year. I'm not going to lie. I'm making all the cards, and I'm actually enjoying this element of it. But I don't know, I could probably bypass Christmas this year. I think it's the uncertainty, isn't it? It's not knowing what's going on, where we'll be able to go. So that's dark Highland Heather. I probably ought to write on my stamping blend. Some people make labels for them. And kind of stick the labels along here. It can just be a bit easier to see. Purple and blue. Ah, blues, pinks. Purple is a very common favourite colour, and that's exactly, I'm going purples and pinks, purples and blues for Christmas this year, for sure. Yeah, sometimes I feel in a traditional mood, reds and greens. Not so much this year. Although our tree is, we'll probably put the tree up still, won't we? I'll probably get excited for Christmas closer to the time. Russ has chosen all the decorations for our tree. He did a really good job actually as well. He did neutrals, reds, greens, but yeah, a lot of neutral. So like the kind of Hessian. I want to say it's not even a silver, like the baubles. They're just kind of pale gold. Yeah, he did a really good job of decorating the tree actually. So that's the dark purple posy just going in there. Can you see how beautifully they blend? Ah, Anita. Yes, I need to speak to somebody. Anita says she's making a Christmas card every day for a Facebook group prompts. So Claire asked me recently she said she feels like she needs more challenges. And I know a couple of people have mentioned it. I just don't have the capacity to set people challenges all the time. But who'd be interested if I set up a Facebook group for challenges? Or even just use the Messy Hands group. Who would be interested in taking part in those and running it? Like, it doesn't need one person to run it. It just needs a group of people. I'll explain what I'm doing here at the top. So I've done all my baubles at the bottom. I'm going to do the top bit in smoky slate. So I've got the dark smoky slate and the light smoky slate. And I'm just running an ever such a small bit of dark around the edge. And then I'm going to go in with the light. So like one week somebody could suggest a challenge, and then everybody makes that and posts their cards, and then the next week somebody else posts a challenge, and you just kind of take it in turns between everybody. I thought that might be quite good fun. So whoever's up for that, give me a shout. I just can't promise. I'm so busy with everything I've got going on. I can't promise that I will be involved, but it would be lovely to see what you all make. You'd love to, Anita. Oh, that'd be fabulous. Even if it's just you and Claire, and I'm sure other people will join in when they see what you're doing. That would be brilliant. Glass baubles on the tree. They go, yes, that isn't, don't they just? We bought a hedgehog the year before last as well. He's so cute. He just sits on the tree. So, I've already done one. and we need 4 for each branch of this ornament. I don't know how else to explain it. So this is the coordinating punch. So I'm just going to line this up in here, punch that out, come on, and then I'll show you how to assemble it. And then we've got one more of the other ones to do. It's probably not making any sense to you at the moment. You can just see something there, so that might give it away. But yeah, it will make sense as we make it. So what I've got to do now is, you've got 4 of these, put one to one side, then grab your ruler. You can do this in the trimmer as well, but this is the way I've chosen to do it. I've got the Take Your Pick tool. It comes with a stylus where you get a large ball and a small ball there, which are your like an embossing tool. So I'm just going to place that on the end, line the ruler up, and then score that, or scoring tool, embossing or scoring tool, score that down the middle. So I'll put that on there. The reason I put that on there is because the stylus is quite wide. If you lined the ruler up in the middle, then your score line would be off to one side. Make sense? So line the stylus up and then pop your ruler on. So there's that. Grab our scoring tool. Fold that in half and just give that a score. And we do that with 3 of the baubles. So how many of you have seen this before? Does anybody know what I'm doing? I know Anne-Marie knows what I'm doing because we made this in my Songbird Stampers class last year. Grab some Tombow glue. Keep it folded in half. Put glue all over one side. Take another one, fold it in half still, and then match up the sides. Stick those down. Ah, you did them last year as well. They were really popular and they look amazing. They look really effective. I've got a couple in my decorations box and I'm going to be adding to that this year. Stick the 3rd one on. So you need 3 of those, all coloured in, folded in half. I did not colour them in last year, I'm not going to lie. This is like a little bit special. It took me a couple of hours yesterday afternoon. My camera keeps going in and out of focus. I do apologise. So once you've got all 3 of them, they're stuck, open it out, put glue all over the back, and you've got to be quite neat in lining it up. Okay, you don't want to be out when you're lining it up. And then take the last one, coloured side out, and stick that on the back. It's a way of making something 3D. You can do it with trees, you can do it, anything that is symmetrical, you can do this with and make a 3D item. Okay, so I've made 5 of those now. So you can see I was busy yesterday. Okay, so that's 5 of those done. I'm also going to do the same with the larger bauble. And I meant to do this in different colour yesterday. I meant to do one of the baubles in purple, and I meant to do this little one in grey, in smoky slate, and then colour the top in purple, but I was on such a roll, I forgot, so I did them all in purple, sat back and went, I meant to do that differently. So we've got what we've got, and actually I think it works really well. I don't know if it would work the other way. So again, just going in with a curve of dark Highland Heather. Then we've got light Highland Heather. You could take your time over this. I'm not rushing, but I'm not doing it 100% neatly either. Dark purple posy. I think I might need some new purple pens after this though. I think the light Highland Heather is the only pen I've had to replace so far, and I've been using these for a couple of years. Oh, obviously, hence it being my favourite colour. And then that's the light purple posy, and again I'm going to go down and leave a little gap in the middle. So I'm going to leave this section white just here in the middle. When I'm going to go in with my colour lifter and blend those edges. And this just contains alcohol, this blending colour lifter. Same again on here. So how are we all finding lockdown 2? I tell you what, it's busier out there than I think it probably should be. I did go down to Lidl the other day and it amazed me that the range is open. Now, I'm not going to lie, I popped in because I needed some card blanks for the business. I could have gone in there and bought anything and everything. They didn't actually have what I want, so I was in and out very quickly. I meant to buy them online and totally forgot. But it amazed me that you can still go in and buy, and there were people just shopping for the Christmas shopping, and yeah, a bit of a shame. It's difficult when things stay open. It's like, on a completely separate note, Sainsbury's are doing their double up promotion. I've been looking forward to it all year because it's normally where I stock up on Christmas goodies. And Martin Lewis, the money supermarket guy, he's been trying to convince Sainsbury's not to do it because it's just going to persuade people, promote people going in and buying non-essential items. So it's a difficult one. Oh, thanks, Amir. Thank you. Have you made one of these before? Have you probably seen it? I wonder if you've made one. Did it have an Iceland inside? No Iceland. No, it's just the range. They stayed open last time as well, Anne-Marie. It's because they've got a little bit of food in there, but it's not really food. They sell junk food and sweets. Basically what they sell. But there we go. Other supermarkets are available. I don't know how much I have to abide by all of this, but if they're open, they're open. So it did just feel a bit strange. So that's that one, and I'm just going to go in with the light purple posy. And again with my colour lifter. You're going to get bored of me colouring in a minute. Or do you enjoy watching me colouring? I don't really get bored of colouring. So maybe you don't get bored of me watching, bored of watching me. It's just trying to figure out which pen is which. Dark Highland Heather. So yeah, in the class we'll cover all the different blending techniques. I normally just show you mine because that's the one that I go for and work with. But I'll show you all the different blending techniques. Because yeah, everybody's different, aren't they? And the thing I love about crafting is there's no right or wrong way of doing things. Everybody just finds their own way eventually. My job as a demonstrator is to show you and to demonstrate how I do things and how things might be done, but then you just have a go, and by playing and developing you find your own way. Oh, you find it relaxing to watch? That's good, Anita. You don't... And me, you don't have this set. That is shocking. Shocking. Done something similar with a star. Ah. Yeah, I've not coloured these before. This is my first time colouring them. And actually, it's very therapeutic. It didn't take quite as long as I thought it would. It's entirely doable. It's just a nice couple of hours, but it is a decoration. But you could give this as a gift to somebody once you've made it. You could make a nice little box. I'm just going to do a little bit more with that dark, actually. Just a little bit right there. I've only ever made these with kind of stamped Light Holland Heather. That's not what I want. I think we did stamped ones last year. I don't think we coloured them in. I don't remember the class ladies. Anne-Marie, did you colour this in? I don't remember. I don't even remember where I went on holiday last year. Terrible. Yeah, very shocked. This was so popular last year, this set. I'm glad they brought it back out again. You can make, going completely off piece as well, if I can find it quickly. You can make crackers with the ornaments punch as well. So I made this ornament, this cracker, totally cased from another demonstrator. Can't remember her name, I'm ever so sorry. But using that punch, you can make the crackers. So that's quite popular. But yeah, it's totally cased, hence why not doing it as a live. It was just something I wanted to make. So going in with the smoky slate. Again, just around there with the dark. I thought we just stamped them, and they look really effective stamped as well. But I thought I'd step it up a little bit this year and show you how to do it coloured in. So I'm just going around the top there, leaving that white section in the middle. So, who's ready for Friday's class? I'll be on Facebook Live, so even if you have not paid for a kit, don't worry, you can still turn up and watch the video. But for those that have purchased the kit or the products to go with the kit, I cannot wait. I'm very excited. I did my postman pat and went out and did all my deliveries yesterday because I had a bit of a nightmare with UPS delivering my products. So that was all late, so I couldn't rely on the postal service to get things out. So I had to pop round and do my local deliveries yesterday. Everybody who lives a little bit further afield, all your products are in the post, should be winging their way to you. So that'll be Friday, 10 till whenever we finish. It'll probably be 1 o'clock, to be honest, by the time we finish. And then I've just started designing the December class. We're going to be making a poinsettia wreath. The reason we're doing wreaths, I don't know if I would have chosen to do a wreath so quickly after die cutting so many snowflakes, but my original class list for 2020 had wreaths down as the December class, and she's not on here, but one of my ladies was so excited. She sent me a message a couple of months ago and said, "Are we still doing wreaths?" I said, yeah, if you want to, we'll still do wreaths. And maybe slightly regretting that decision, because it means I now only have a few weeks to die cut lots of poinsettias. So I've ordered some wire wreaths, I've ordered some burlap to cover those with, and then I'm going to design a wreath that we can all make together in our December class. So that sounds like fun, doesn't it? You're no problem, Kate. I so wanted to knock on everybody, but I know it's not really in the rules at the moment. So I didn't, but I was hand delivering and I was like, I'll just put it through people's letterboxes. I haven't seen everybody for months and months and months and months. And I thought I'd love to pop in and say hi, but I can't. Next time. So I've done exactly the same with those ones. If you've just joined, sorry. I'll go through that again. Put the stylus on the end, line your ruler up and score. And do that on 3. Leave 1 plain, not scored, and then go in and bone folder the 3 that you have scored. And then pop some Tombow glue. All the way on the back. Make sure you get right to the ends with these. Right to the ends and right to the bottom. Stick that down and just grab a drink. So once you've stuck all 3 of those together, we can open that up. Oh, I haven't stuck that very well. There we go. You do get a little bit of wiggle room with the Tombow, so if you need to, you can use that. Put glue all over the back of it. And then stick that one coloured side out, and then press that all down. And so that's our large ornament, and we have 5 of those. So when you do this, it will take 2 sheets of A4 card, and you'll need 20 large and 20 small. Okay, and then what we need to do is to cut using our contraband circle punches. I don't know which ones are still current and which ones aren't, so I think they should all still be current. So like I've said to you before, I'm ignoring the fact that they're retired, closing my eyes and saying they should still be there. So I'll cut one of those in silver foil, and then I'm going to cut one. I need to stamp first. So I've got this piece of this white card here. My Highland Heather, I think we'll go for. I'm going to try and use this stamp, Surround Yourself in the Love of the Season. I say try because I haven't really figured out if this is the right size yet, but we'll go for it and see. It needs to fit inside a 1 3/4 inch circle, which I think it will. So I've grabbed my block. Surround Yourself in the Love of the Season. I've got purple Highland Heather ink rather. Oh, thank you, Nita. They look lovely, don't they? I wasn't sure how it would work with the colouring in, but I think it works. So stamp that down. Surround Yourself in the Love of the Season. You could also do that in the smoky slate. I might change my mind. Actually, that's really big. I'll tell you what I'm going to do then. I'm going to 1 3/4 that was. So let me grab the 1 1/2. That's better. So that's the 1 1/2, and then what we'll do is we'll put another layer of cards in between that and that. So we might go for smoky slate. Or we might go for purple posy. We'll cut 2 and see what we think. So that's the 1 3/4. We might go for the Highland Heather instead. So 1 3/4. That one, and then that one, I think. I might go for that in grey. I'm being indecisive, but I'm allowed to be indecisive. You just don't know with crafting, do you? Until you try it, you just don't know. So I'm going to clean this stamp off. You excited to see how this all comes together? So am I. punch that out. And see what we think. Yeah, I think that looks better. So I'm going to glue all those together. That's going to be the back of our ornament. I haven't made one of these in so long. I'm just trying to remember if I've done it right. I think I have. Right, let's stick that on there. Then let's stick that on there. And that's going to be the back of our ornament. So what we're going to do is flip this over. This is where it gets a little bit fiddly. We need to line these up all the way around, trying to make sure the middle stays in the middle. Not, it's just a bit fiddly. So what I'm trying to do is get them all in as much as in the middle as possible. With the bits, let me grab my pokey tool and I'll be able to point it at you. With all these bits touching in the middle and all these bits as close together around the outside as possible. Once you've got it lined up like that and you're happy, just take one away. I'm just trying to double check myself and make sure I'm doing this right. Take one away and just put some glue on the top edge. You don't want to come out too far with your gluing because then it will show past this section here. Okay, and then just pop that back in, trying not to move any of the others and just leave it there. The trick with Tombow glue is it will dry on its own. The more you push it and press it and try and convince it to dry, the less I find it does dry. But if you just place it there, make sure it's in contact obviously, but just leave it there, it will then dry. So pop some glue on the back of there again. Be as careful as possible not to push anything else away. Oh look, I've messed that up. But we've got enough kind of stuck down now. We should be able to work like that. Perfect. Ah! Popped away to make a coffee. I'll have to watch back on the replay, Amir, if you can't figure it out. But it's basically you just take your thing and then pop. I don't know if I've got these as much in the centre as I would like. But that's the back of our... I might need to use my glue eraser. I have gone over a little bit. But yes, I won't show you too much of that. What have you missed? Shouldn't go anywhere, ladies, should you? Teach you. Teach you to disappear. Right, so all I'm going to do now is pop this one in here. These go in the middle, like this. Again, you need to decide where to glue. So I'm just going to pop some glue. Tombow's so strong, it will hold. And definitely put some glue on the sides because the sides will bond onto each of these. But basically you're just butting it in as far as the crease line. I don't know if you can see. If I try and pull those back a bit, there's a crease line here and a crease line here. You're just going to butt those corners up there and then stick that down. And just do that on all the sides. So a bit on the side and on the top there. Oh, you like it? Thank you. I think it actually looks really effective coloured in. It's worth that effort. And the blends, oh, they just are stunning. Honestly, if you don't have them, think about signing up to this course I'm running next year and come and have a play, because I've not looked back. I've used other alcohol markers and I've got lots of other alcohol markers, but they don't, the ones I've got certainly, they don't, because they don't have a light and a dark of the same shade, you just get one colour, you have to hunt through them, and I spent ages making like a chart that would compare and that I could work with this colour and to kind of make a blend, and it took forever, but these ones you really don't need to. They come in the pack already, a light and a dark. Again, other manufacturers, you have to do all sorts of kind of blending in the pen and all sorts, but and each have their benefits, don't get me wrong, but these ones are fabulous. So if you don't have it, do consider it. Could be a Christmas gift. So that's that. Now what we're going to do, oh thanks Jill, I actually really like the back, like really like the back, like to the extent that I might hang it on the back. I'll spin it over and show you properly. You may have seen it when I spun it round a minute ago. So what I'm going to do is grab some dimensionals. Okay, and I'm going to grab a little bit of Whisper White card, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Take this stamp set. This is Itty Bitty Christmas, and I love this one, Joy to the World. It just fits so nicely. Again, this is carried over from last year. And we carried quite a lot over from last year actually into Christmas this year, which is brilliant. Take that. It's probably a bit big. You really ought to, if I'm being like proper, you should use a smaller block. You should always use the smallest size block that you can get away with. But I'm being a rebel. So I'm going to stamp that down. I've got my 1 1/4 inch circle punch. And I'm going to stamp that, cut that out. And then I've got somewhere underneath all this rubble, she says, I did get prepared, but then I've put loads of stuff everywhere, so I can't find it now. So let me get another piece. A little piece of silver foil. And I'm going to use, again, oh it's on the floor, look, I dropped it on the floor. Another retired punch. Is the 1 3/8 scallop punch. Oh, is it going on the top of my tree? Oh, it should go on the top of my tree. Beautiful, isn't it? I'm actually going to hang it. I'm going to show you how to make a hanging for it. Thank you. So that's going to stick onto there. And I've got some sparkle, which we'll add as well. Genuinely, it's the blending that makes the difference. I've got another one of these to the side of me. It doesn't look anywhere near as effective as this. This is going to be placed in here, but obviously it won't go down to the bottom. So you need to choose now what's going to be your top and what's going to be your bottom. That obviously is dictated by the back. Okay, so don't forget to turn it over. Look at which way your greeting goes on the back. That's going to be then your top. and you need to put this in here, but can you see, because of the size of it and the scallops, it's raised up. Now I really like that, and that's fine, but the only way to then stick it down is with dimension on dimension on dimension. So stick one of those in the middle, give it a good squidge down, and then peel that off. Stick another one, peel that off, and just keep going until when you put that down it's touching on the back. So we've got a few more to go yet. Oh, thank you, Julie. Last year when I made these I did know how many dimensionals it was, and I can't remember, so I'm going to go one more. That might be one too many. Nope, that's just about right, and then that's going to go on there in the middle. Oh, come on. So that's stuck on there, and then what we're going to do is put some gems on. That's right, that's what I was going to do. Oh, did you buy one of these, Anita? Bless you. Sneaky Johnny, you are trying to read equipment data sheets and drawings. Oh, bless you, Katie. I know which is more interesting, and that's obviously not data sheets. So pop some sparkle on the back. Go for 2 up here, on the front rather. And 1 down here. Come on, stick. And then what I'm going to do is use my hole punch. It's a contraband hole punch, but it's a hole punch nonetheless. And I think I'm going to go for a big hole or a small hole. So choose the top, lay that flat, and take your hole punch and punch a hole . Like, you don't want to go too far to the top because then it'll be too weak. But you don't want to come too far down either because you want the ribbon to go through the top. Now this is the shimmer ribbon, the grey granite. So it doesn't technically match the colour. But the only thing I will say is that you can't really see all that colouring we did on of the ends of them. So you can't actually see any grey, so it doesn't really matter. So let's pop that through here. It's just such a gorgeous ribbon, this one. I couldn't not use it. And then we'll cut that. I'm not going to do a bow. I'm going to cut that using my scissors that have got this amazing scissor charm on it that Anne-Marie bought me for my birthday. How cute is that? So this is me as the Songbird Stamper. This is me with my art journaling. And Anne-Marie, I absolutely love to learn as well. So this is perfect. And this is to represent my job and my naval service. How cute is that? Thank you so much. So I'm going to cut that there. Yes, I think that was one of the stamped ones that I did, Anita. That would be brilliant if you could share that. Anybody who doesn't know, our craft along is a Facebook Messenger chat. So if you're feeling a bit lonely in these isolated times, I've set up a group for like-minded crafters to get together, post lots of crafty inspiration. I post about upcoming classes and ideas and these Facebook Lives, so you never really miss out on anything. It's a lovely group of people. So if you fancy joining that, just give me a shout. So that's our knot. I'm just going to cut these so that I can't really see them so much. So make sure you tie it really tightly. Otherwise, when you cut them, it risks coming undone. So I'm just going to trim those. And then what I thought, I don't know whether this is going to work or not. Okay, so bear with me. I thought maybe we could put these on the top. So if I lay them there, I'll let you guys decide. Yay or nay? I can't put them there. I can't leave them there. I'll have to hold them. we could do another video chat on Craft Along. That would be fun. Yay or nay? I can't hold them here forever. I know there's a delay. I don't think it needs them, if I'm completely honest. Or nay? No, Jill says no. That's it. We've got a resounding answer. I agree with you, Jill. I don't think it needs them. It would hide the knot. I know, Katie and Anne-Marie. Nay, says Kate. No, says Julie. No. Yeah, I think no. It just, yeah, that knot is a little bit annoying, but hey ho. You can't be perfect in life, can you? So that's the front of our decoration. And that is the back. How nice is that? I genuinely wasn't expecting that when I turned it over. So what that does give us is 2 of these left over. Who wants to make this card? Should we stay on? I'm not doing anything, so I'm more than happy to stay on and show you how I made this card if you would like. We will need to pause in approximately 7 minutes time for a 2-minute silence, but I'm more than happy to stay with you and keep crafting if you'd like to see a little bit more. So yeah, that's our ornament to match our card. So I might make a few of these and give those away. Yep, shall I stay on? I know some of you are working, bless you. Some of you are a bit busy, so I will grab some Whisper White card then. Yeah, let's stay. Let's stay. I'll treat you all. I normally finish at 11, but I'm really not doing an awful lot. Well, actually, I was looking at spending quite a bit of time this morning looking at terms and conditions and legal elements of distance selling. So I don't think I really want to go back to that, if I'm completely honest. Had a little bit too much of that this morning. So let's grab some Memento ink. Let's grab our... I know, Anne-Marie, bless you, and no problem at all. Thank you so much for joining us, those that could, while you can. If you'd like to, have a go at making one of those, you know where you can purchase the products from. www.thesongbirdsstamper.co.uk. Everything's available online there. Have some fun with it. Right, so I'm going to grab this stamp set. This is the Christmas Gleaming one that I showed you earlier. I absolutely love that these two work together. I love this one as well, but this two are my perfect for this card. They just worked great, I think. So let's grab that one out and let's grab that one out. I've already got a small one, so I don't need that one. Let's pop that back. Let's ink that up. So with the Memento ink, because it's a felt type ink pad, you can push down quite hard, and mine actually needs re-inking, hence my bang bang bang. So let's pop those two down on there. More colouring, I'm afraid. You're going to have to sit there and watch me do some more colouring. Just going to give that a second. It dries so quickly, but just to not risk it, I'm going to colour this one in first, seeing as I have it. Well, I've said loads of times, one of the things I love about crafting is that you get to make things whatever colour you want them to be. So if you're personalising this for somebody else, you could absolutely make the ornament and the card in their favourite colours. But for me, purple. Purple all the way. And then back in with the dark purple posy. I'll pop this video up on YouTube as well, so if anybody does want to re-watch, I'll pop it up on YouTube, and I'll pop a blog post up about the ornament to match the card as well. And you've always got my newsletters as well. If anybody here isn't signed up to my newsletters and would like to be, just on my Facebook page you can find a sign up button, and then you'll always be alerted to kind of everything that's going on, apart from the Facebook Lives, because they're a little bit more impromptu. I don't normally newsletter about those. But you'll get then all my blog updates and anything going on in the world of me. So there's that one, and then I'm going to colour in those two, and then I'll do the grey all in one go, I think. Oh, it's your daughter's favourite colour, and you're starting to like it too. That's nice. Yeah, I'd absolutely. My mum loved purple as well. It's one of her favourite colours. So I've probably got a little bit of that love from her. What would be your favourite colour then, Julie? Before kind of making a little bit of a daring switch to purple. Well, I'm not going to do two. If I do two, that will dry so quickly. Purple for you too, Katie. No problem, Sandy. No problem at all. So I was out doing 3 hours worth of deliveries yesterday. I wouldn't have done it by choice. It's just that everything was going a bit Pete Tong, as they say. So I wanted to make sure that the class packs got to everybody that I could deliver to. Oh, red would be your favourite colour. Do you know what? That's I know another lady whose red is favourite colour. That's not unusual, but it does more tend to be the blues, pinks, purples. It's nice having red as a favourite colour though, because it's so cheerful and bright, but then also Christmassy. And Stampin' Up are good for their reds. We've got three proper reds. I think we've got Cherry Cobbler, which is like a real dark red, a real Christmassy red, and then we've got Real Red, which is Santa red, and then we've got Poppy Parade. That's a beautiful red. But then you've got Merry Merlot as well, which is more like a kind of purpley red. So yeah, we do quite well for our reds. You love that the twins like being like their mummy for their colours, but also have their own preferences too. That is nice. It's probably fantastic watching them grow up and make their own way in life. Right, we've got 1 minute, my ladies. It's 10:59. I'm going to stop for a 2-minute silence because it's Armistice Day, just to remember those that have fallen and those that are still giving their lives in service of our country and in service of us, so that we can be at peace here in England. So please join me as we remember all those people, I say, who gave their life and paid the ultimate sacrifice, and those who are still giving their freedom and giving their lives. So we'll stop now for a 2-minute silence as we just pay our respects. thank you so much for staying with me there. It's really just poignant, I think, Armistice Day. As much as it's a strange time as well, because it was actually the end of the war. So there was a lot of celebrating going on, I think, I imagine, at that time. But it's the time that we use to reflect and remember. So thank you. Although I did notice that my screen just keeps going in and out of focus, and that is incredibly annoying. So apologies for that. I will have a look at that and see if there's anything I can do about it. This phone is better than my old one in the fact that we don't go swimming anymore. We don't get that underwater feel. But I'm not sure what's happening with regards to the focus. So I've just got one more of these to colour in. And then we'll do the grey tops, and then I'll show you the dimensions for the card. I do think I need a new Purple Posy stamping blend. I know I don't know what's going on with it, Katie. Oh, that's nice. Have your eyes closed. Yeah. I've never really been an eyes closed kind of person. A card you made for prompt red used board same as these shapes. Oh, lovely. Yes, please do share. So this is the dark smoky slate. And Katie is right. Cherry Cobbler is an awesome colour. I've done some cards recently with the poinsettias in Cherry Cobbler. I would have just used real red, but I did a class. I love going to Stampin' Up classes as well. And I went to a class and we used Cherry Cobbler. And it was fabulous. So on that little one, you can't really do an awful lot of blending, but on this big one, you've got a bit more room to work. So I'm just doing a bit more blending that darker colour out. Like so. Yeah, I think the reason they took away the single blends was because they weren't selling. But my argument kind of was the reason they weren't selling, they haven't been out all that long. And realistically, for the customer who uses them every now and again, they won't have run out yet. So I don't think they left them in place long enough. And the demonstrators who were buying them, who were using them all the time, were just buying 2, I think, at the time. So that's, I think, why. But yeah, real shame actually. But you know, it just means you have to use the dark ones a little bit more. Because I think what people were saying was the dark is normally just used as a low light, and the light ones are getting used more. But it just means you have to use the dark one. Well, if we sandbox it, we as demonstrators, we have the ability to put in comments and suggestions and ideas. If we sandbox it, they might bring them back. So what I've got here is a standard card base. I've used Highland Heather, so I'm going to grab a piece of that one, and I do my standard card bases at 14.5 centimetres by 21 centimetres. So I take a piece of A4 card and I cut it 14.5 centimetres. The maths is just a little bit easier. It means you get 2 out of an A4 sheet with a tiny little slither left over at the side. And then I'm going to score that in half at 10.5. And then I'll take a sheet of Whisper White. That's just a scrap actually, and I'll cut that to 10 by 14. And then we'll grab another scrap of Whisper White. Let's see what I've got over here. we need a ruler because I can't remember what size this is. This is 6.8. I don't know why, I must have just had a scrap on my desk that was about this size. 6.8 by 10.7. 6.8 by 10.7, so that's going to be 6.8. by 10.7. And then we need a piece of Highland Heather that is just a little bit bigger than that. So, see if we can scrap. Not quite. Nope. I think I'm going to need to cut a piece, but that's okay. Right, so let's put all this back in there. So 6.8 by 10.7 is going to be 7.3 by 11.2. Because I always do my mats half a centimetre bigger. So if you put that in the corner, it's half a centimetre bigger either way, which means it's a nice border when you come to pop them round. So let's grab our bone folder. It's getting in a real mess over here. I'm just going to be, I think, falling down as well. Let's just lift you up a little bit. There we go. So bone folder on that one, and then I'm going to stick this panel straight down. It's actually quite a quick and easy card to make. So you could make a few of these. And they look quite rather special, I think. So pop that down on there. Stick this one straight onto here as well. Now I haven't put this on dimensionals. That is going flat on the card there, and unlike normal, I'm going to stick it all on. I normally create the layer in the panel and then stick it on, but this one we're going for gold. So make sure you're happy with your border. Again, with Tombow you do get a little bit of wiggle room should you need it. And if you're very precise, you can always just use your ruler. I probably ought to be more precise because that is not straight. It's so hard to see. 1.4, 1.4-ish. It's good enough for government work, as my saying goes. So what we're going to need is our ruler, and we're going to need a Stampin' Right marker. You could use a pen. You honestly just use whatever you want, whatever you've got. I'm going to go for basic grey. I think, if I can find him. There he is. Yeah, I just want to go for something that's going to tie in with my colour scheme. Oh no, you didn't submit your order, Katie. Oh, it's not too late, is it? When is the pre-order? Was that until the 10th? When's the pre-order valid until? Oh, Katie. So I'm just going to pop that baubles in place where I want them. That's what I'm going to do first. So I'm going to line them up, and I'm just copying the one I did, but this is how I tend to make my cards. So I place everything on, and then you can get a feel for how it looks. And then what I've done is just take my Stampin' Right marker, thin end. Oh, Katie, the cut-off was yesterday. Bless you. Can you ring them and see if there's anything they can do? And then I'm just drawing a line up to the top. Pull the bauble away and then finish that off ever so slightly at the bottom. But that's roughly where you know, then you know where your bauble is going to go back onto. But in doing that, I've managed to move these two, which was a little bit silly. So let's put those back, let's put those back on, and then draw our lines to those ones as well. Now we just need to make sure they're straight. There we go, and that one about there. And it doesn't matter if you draw your line too far down, but it will just help you to line things up when we put them back on. So this one's going down. Oh, honestly, my heart could cry for you. How did you not submit it, Katie? So when we went to On Stage, those of you who may not know, when we get to On Stage as demonstrators, there's a yearly convention where we get to see new products and learn about business things, and it's fantastic. So much fun. And then part of that, we get a product purchase premiere. So we get to order things from the new catalogue even earlier than other demonstrators. So as demonstrators, we always get the chance to order things early, but we get to order things even earlier, which is fabulous. So this is the order Katie is talking about, which she forgot to put on. So this one on the right hand side here, I'm just going to pop that on with dimensionals. For those demonstrators who are around who didn't go to On Stage, you now get to see the catalogue. It went live as of yesterday. And for my customers, I will be getting them out to you shortly. In December, I think I'll manage to get the catalogues out to you ready for January going live. So it's all exciting. So that's going to go on there on dimensionals. And then this is the two holly leaves that we've got, and we're going to use those to cover up the top. Oh, look, I've managed to smudge it. I'll have to put a gem there. I'm going to put those on like that to cover up the lines up the top here. So we'll pop those down with Tombow glue. I'm just sticking them down ever so lightly to begin with. Kind of don't want it to dry until I've got this one down. And then when I'm sure I'm happy that they've covered both those things up, we can stick that down. So what I've got next is a greeting. Let's bring that into focus so that anybody joining can see our wonderful star. What I've got is a greeting from this stamp, and I love this. The Merry Christmas with the, so it's kind of the writing shows in white, and then the background is in whatever colour you choose to stamp it in, and it's this one. Ah, you had a look yesterday, Yvonne. Did you see some pretty things? I love it. I cannot wait. My order should be here on Thursday. Are you not supposed to spend that money this month? Well, maybe it's a blessing in disguise. I like to think everything happens for a reason. So I've taken some smoky slate. I'm going to stamp this in smoky slate onto Whisper White. And you can see there that the greeting shows up in white, which is kind of backwards to how most stamps work. Most stamps you'll see the words come out in the colour that you're stamping them in. So I quite like that. Now you need to decide what you'll buy from your mega order and what should wait to get. Probably will wait for most of it. Oh, bless you. So what I'm going to do is cut round this. So I've got a border of white, because that helps give it the effect that it's cut onto another layer of card. So it looks like I've heat embossed it onto smoky slate in Whisper White, and then stuck that onto a layer of white. How simple is that? So I'm going to offset that to the left hand side because I've got this offset to the right hand side. The card needs some balance. So I'm going to take my dimensionals. No, you really don't need this, Katie. Although you really do. It is a lovely set to work with. I must admit, the ornament is one of my favourite. The ornament and the cracker are one of my two favourite things you can do with the punches. But it is lovely, isn't it? But you can't have everything in life. We need to make decisions. So yeah, not everybody will be needing this in their life. But if you wanted to make some special decorations over lockdown, like you say, they didn't take too long. It probably took me about an hour yesterday of colouring in, which you could do in front of the television. So I've got some more gems. I'm going to try and put one over my smudge. Yes, we can order in December. Thank you, Katie, as demonstrators. For customers, that goes live on the 4th of January, so not long to wait now. So I'm going to grab a gem and I'm going to put one there to begin with, and then see where I want the rest of them. But that covers up my smudge. Probably not where I would have chosen to place a gem, but sometimes in life things are dictated to us. Right, so that, my lovelies, is that. Let me clear up a little bit. Actually, what I mean by clear up is let me push everything out of the way a little bit, and then we'll be able to see what we've got. So we started off with this card, this one. That was the inspiration behind making this ornament, which I'm super chuffed with. The only thing I will say is I have put one too many dimensionals in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I put in. I've just ripped it off, so I'll do it here and now. I'm going to try and take one of these off, because I just don't think it needs 5. Let's stick that on there. Oh, you didn't do a pre-order because you couldn't decide. And then stick that back down, and it will just fit better into the middle there. It won't be so loose. There we go, that's better. And then that's the back on that one. Love, love, love that. You can make a card. I might make a card like that in its own right. How cool would that be, just on the card like that? There's an idea. Right, I might do that shortly, and then we've made the other card there. So we've got some bits and bobs. Oh, thank you so much, Anita. Thank you, Julie. That means so much. Thank you, Diane. They really are gorgeous colours, aren't they? And if you'd be interested in learning more about colouring in, more about our stamping blends, give me a shout. Ask some questions about this class. Love to hear from you. £160 for 4 stamp sets, 16 stamping blends, so many. A colour lifter and 2 additional stamping blends as well, because I'll be using the hostess or host stamping rewards. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's a bit dreary and wet out there, so it was lovely to have some company from you. Thank you, Kate. Glad you enjoyed that. It means so much. And look after yourselves. I'll be back on Friday. I'll be back on Friday for the class, for the kit class. So it'll be great to see you all then. Thanks, guys. Take care. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.